Hello, Mark. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you, Jerry. Thank you for interviewing me.
That's fine, that's fine. What's been one of your high spots then at the conference so far?
So far? Well, today, for example, there was the plenary from Mike McCarthy, which I thought was very informative and entertaining at the same time. Very interesting facts about linguistics, but presented in a way that had everybody laughing.
Right.
I thought it was
you're a very good presenter, very good presenter. And about your own talk, which was the pronunciation workout.
Yeah, that was the main point of that, was to look at the relationship between the activity you use and the purpose that it serves. Because sometimes we sometimes an activity that we think we're doing for one purpose actually serves a different purpose, not the purpose we intended. So I wanted to look at the link between the activity and the purpose. And I did that by subdividing pronunciation activities, or types of them, into 4 categories, and then looking at exactly what those 4 types of activities do.
Could you give an example of how some of those might work?
Yeah. An example of how we sometimes misuse an activity is what I would call a pronunciation puzzle. Some of the things I make, for example, are mazes where the students follow through a maze and find a root of words which all have a given feature.
Right.
A noticeable thing about that type of activity is that it's written. So they're looking at written language. So what actually is happening is that they're developing their awareness of the relationship between the sound and the spelling, rather than developing their skills at enunciation. So, in a sense, it may be not achieving what you expected it to. It's still valuable, but it's not doing what you think it's doing. So, if you want to practice the articulation, you might need to do a different kind of activity.
Right. And you also mentioned maybe the benefit of using some drilling sometimes, or?
So the 4 types of activity that I identified would be 1, drilling, or what I call workouts, pronunciation workouts. And the idea is just to give the students the opportunity to develop their articulation, the muscles part of pronunciation.
Using muscles that they don't normally use, perhaps.
This is what we traditionally think of as the heart of pronunciation teaching, I would say. All right. The second category was pronunciation puzzles, which I've just mentioned, and they're good for developing awareness rather than the actual motor skill, the awareness of features, in particular the sound and spelling correspondence. The third category I presented was pair works, information gaps, and these are particularly good for putting the pronunciation work into a communicative context to demonstrate to the students the importance of it, the meaning.
Right.
And the final one was pronunciation poems. These are anything from a limerick to a tongue twister to a rap to a chant, a song, any given text. But the thing about these texts for pronunciation is you find them which have a high density of a given target feature, so that it becomes very noticeable and salient to the student. And if you work with the text, if it's a rap, for example, and the students are doing the rap or listening to the rap, it also becomes something very memorable, very mnemonic. It sticks in their mind, so when they're walking home from the class later, they've maybe got that rap going round in their head. So they end up teaching themselves in their own time.
Right.
Good stuff.
Yeah, sounds like it. Well, thank you very much, Mark, for speaking to us today, and enjoy the rest of the conference.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.